Hello everybody, Jay Barino here, welcome back. It's StarCraft Alternate. We're on the 7th mission of the Lord of Fire campaign, Igniting the Fire. Duran is paying a visit to his old friends on Braxis. Distant orbit over the planet Braxis. Executor, have you ever heard about the planet called Braxis? If you didn't, you're about to, because that is where we're going. The Primals are clearly not going to leave us alone, but before we can attack their bastion on Ire, there's one operation to be performed against the United Earth Directorate. I want you to kidnap their admiral, Gerard Dugal. Their soldiers will not allow us to simply take their leader. Our preliminary scouting discovered a massive network of ground-to-space weaponry, which means any attempt of invasion will lead to catastrophic losses for our fleet. Good thing we can just warp them straight to the planet's surface. Oh wait, just kidding. This means the direct approach will not work. Yeah, no air units allowed on this map. My lord, some kind of diversion may be sufficient to distract them from protecting the headquarters, so we can capture the Admiral with fewer difficulties. Anything particular you have in mind, Rashagal? We are detecting an extremely potent power source on the outskirts of the UED's largest settlements that we know of. Most likely, it is a cluster of cold fusion or similar reactors supplying the city. If we cause a meltdown of the outer generators, it may cause a chain reaction, which will destroy the base and depower the area. With the cover of darkness, the task of retrieving the Admiral would be trivial. A long shot, but it might just work. You have my permission, Rashagal. Executor, command our ground forces and support her advance upon the UED facility. Make use of the Dark Archons. Our Templar have yet to master all powers that pure cosmic energy provides them with, but they will no doubt be a powerful advantage regardless. Destroy any and all Terrans who dare get in your way. Okay, bring Rashagal to each beacon. Here we go. So, this campaign playthrough has provided me with nothing but tragedy, I feel like, up until now, because I played part of this map, and then Rashagal was killed by Irradiate. Now, technically, DT heroes in the vanilla game can be hit by Irradiate. You'll notice Zeratul can get hit by it in the secret mission. But in this map, especially with Rashagal, who has way less HP, shields and HP, she gets hit by it, and then it's womp womp. Too bad. So I had stopped playing for a moment. I was just going to load a save to tell UED, let him know about it, and then when I checked on the video, I realized my microphone had been bumped up to like 100 gain, so I was coming in real hot, and it was essentially unusable footage. I guess I could have kept it, but it would have been unpleasant for you all to watch. So I just said, you know what, I'll start over, it's okay. We made it pretty far. I had gotten 3 of the 5 beacons and was trying to take the bottom left base, and that's when, poof, she got evaporated by the green mist cloud. In any case, we're here now, and this map is an interesting one. The layout is the same. What I'm going to try to do is I'm going to set up some cannons up here on the high ground. And then build some cannons up. Yeah, build some cannons up here. We could take this left base, take in this bottom base. We basically just need to spam cannons, which is fairly typical at this point in the campaign. If we want to take an expansion, you have to set up a lot of defense. And then there's some surprises on this map that I'll just wait until they happen, and you'll see what they are. It's too bad you wouldn't be able to see my initial reaction to them because I was quite displeased, but you can imagine what it was, I'm sure. When you see what it is, I'm sure you can imagine what my reaction was. This map is filled mostly with infantry, so Maelstrom and Psionic Storm and perhaps some Reaver should do us good. I was on a on a good roll on my first attempt, so I think I could just pretty much do the same thing and it should work out. But, I don't know. I don't want to speak too soon. It could still be... could still end up being pretty tough for me. But there's a lot of resources here right at in the open. Right in the opening here, which is really, really nice. So let's go ahead and, just deciding on the best place to throw that down that first P, you know what I'm talking about? Because up here is going to be pretty crucial for our resources. One problem that I've had on several alternate missions is sometimes the enemy can just see up ledges even though nothing from those ledges is attacking them. And that may happen here. When I was building cannons up here before they were attacking, I had Marines attacking from the low ground. So I'm going to save up enough money such that I can set the cannons up. So that I can then set up the cannons first before we just go one at a time. Because as they're building one at a time, it's possible that they'll get destroyed anyway. Dragoon's getting locked down. Lots and lots and lots of ghosts, lots of nukes on this mission. So I just want to make sure that I have cannons in a variety of locations. And again, really just like maybe 3 to 4 cannons up here along this ledge, and then I can go and take the first expansion, and then we just got to probably make a lot of zealots, because I expect zealots going to be the best option against what the enemy's throwing at us. So I'm going to stockpile a few resources here. Okay, that was speed. I could also grab a Templar Archive early, because I think Dark Templar, High Templar are great choices. So let's just throw that down here. And then I want to make 3 cannons in a row. Actually, we're about to spend money on that. Yeah, see? Now, they should not technically be able to see that, but they can. It's not really clear to me why they can see up there. They shouldn't be able to. I mean, they're Terran, and we're losing money by canceling these buildings, getting them started. But basically, if we can get these 3 cannons set up, they'll be able to kill infantry as they walk by, and we'll have a high ground advantage. So, that's good stuff. 2 should be enough to start, because I'd rather start not infantry armor, but ground armor. And we want to make sure that we're protected against nukes. So let's throw down a save because this start has been fine. I'm going to go ahead and start getting some more zealots. Dragoon range, obviously very important as well. I can get a second forge. That's fun for me. Why don't we just move on in here? I will cancel these. Nice, he's unsieging now. I'm not sure. Again, it's not really clear to me why that thing was there and how it could see up the ramp. But again, it's probably just a little terrain goof, if I had to guess. Dark Swarm on Rashagal is actually quite useful this map, so I won't complain incessantly about Rashagal, even though, you know, I'm displeased with her in general as a hero. But this map, I think she's quite useful, because we're going to go pretty heavy Zealot Archon on this map with Dark Templars. Dark Archon's also going to be important. But basically, we're not going to be as Dragoon heavy. Probably going to go a lot more Archon heavy, but we'll see. So this up here should be enough to defend us, or at least get started. Why don't we go ahead and... Okay, pretty large attack. Why don't we head on over here? And let's just swarm, that's fine. It's okay that we lost one thing. You all get mining here. I'm going to set this Nexus up, and this Ursidon's going to have to die. So I'm going to send some Dragoons up here so that they can protect this area as well. And we need to prepare ourselves for the fun surprise on this map. Okay, now I need to spam cannons in a variety of locations. So I suppose I'll save for cannons. Alternatively, I could get Storm. I need to do both, but I can't afford to do both at this moment. So let's get one more pylon, and then I'm going to get cannons up here. And trust me, we will need them. Just a nice spread of them. Now, typically, as units try to come up here to get up this ramp, if you have cannons up here, they'll hit them, and then it'll distract the attack waves from going up this ramp. So we'll have this base set up pretty early, and should be able to defend itself pretty well. And I did take it fairly early. Okay, that's great. I'm surprised I haven't seen a nuke come out yet, because it was around this time that I started getting nuked. I'm going to grab 1 High Templar, 2 High Templar. 3 Head Templar, 4. And then I'm going to start Psionic Storm.
Upgrade complete.
Again, they really should not be able to see up there. And then I'll do this. Okay. And that's a good amount of rates, and I really don't have much of an option here. I just have to sit here and attack them with two Dragoons. And one of them is locked down, actually. So this is very unfortunate. I could throw down a Plague. I don't actually have enough energy for it. I'd rather save. Okay, well, that was expected. Okay, I don't have enough for really anything else, unfortunately. We can come down with these guys. I guess what I'll do is I'll try to save these. This is probably a bit wasteful to do, but I'll try to come on down here. We only need to kill these. And then I'll move in with the Zealots to clear out the rest of the stuff. I'm going to grab Singularity Charge. Let's go ahead and grab that second Forge that I've been talking about. And then we can start making probes, and we need more stuff up here in general. Okay, anybody that's not locked down, why don't you back up? Okay, attack here. And you can see the attacks are fairly aggressive here. Alright, so there was that little shitty noise, which you might remember from Tooth from a Tooth. Okay, well, we can't do anything there. Do we have enough for a Dark Swarm? That's the only important thing here, and you'll see why. Kill this guy. Because what's about to happen is from the left, it's not the Crusaders, though there will be Crusaders. Do I have any way to kill this thing at this point? I don't think so. Do I have Storm? I do. You too? Okay, we're alive. We gotta come up here and rebuild this stuff. Alright, so here they come. These are Spartan Company, unfortunately. So that's real bad news for us. So these are the things that they only take 0.5 damage per attack or some shit like that. It's garbage, and I don't really have anything else to say about them. I hate them, and I hope they all pass away. So the best way to deal with them is Dark Swarm, especially on the defense. So they spawn those, and they occasionally will spawn Crusaders from the top of the map. So typically the Crusaders will attack this base, which is why I'm spamming cannons. Okay, and then we just need more units out here, and then we got to spam cannons up here. I'll probably get a few down here as well. And all these defenses will be pretty self-sufficient once we can get them all set up, but we're not quite there yet. The first attack, luckily, were not the Crusaders. If it was the Crusaders, we might have been in a bit more trouble. But as you can see now, our resources are coming in at a good rate. We're going for upgrades. We've got the 2 High Templar, and I do need some Dragoons because air is probably the one major issue that can hurt us here. Now, it really depends also on how many tanks they decide to send. Brown seems to be the big tank guy.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, and I think I'll make one more row of cannons here. And I could also, I could leave, I know this is excessive, but it'll stop enemies coming up the ramp, and also the Crusaders, if you recall, you do need a lot of static defense to hold out against those. No, sir. No, sir. Okay, that's why we have these guys ready to push back against those. I'm going to grab a shield battery for Rashagal, then set up a few more cannons down there, and then I'm going to send a probe up here to take this, and we can line the top here with cannons as well. And I know, again, it's excessive. The cannon spam will be excessive, but I really can't think of a better way to do this. Yep, and just lots and lots of lockdowns. That's a strange way for you to go, but that's fine. I really won't complain. And then we're going to set up more cannons down here, as I had been doing. All right, this should be enough. All right, it looks like it's Spartan Company again, unfortunately. That's okay, as long as we have enough to Dark Swarm, then that's fine. They keep coming in to try to nuke, and that is also just fine with me. Okay, right there, and then we're going to make more cannons. They're landing to the left, unfortunately. I want them to land to the right, because that's where I have these cannons on the high ground also. Okay, cool. They shouldn't come up here. I don't expect them to. And again, we just go ahead and we swarm again. We should be able to take them out. So a lot of this is like how easy, with what ease can we kill these Spartan company attacks coming in. It takes them a while to get to us, too. Okay, let's get some more probes up here. Not too many. Here we go. And then we're going to Dark Swarm on top of them and then run in there with the Zealots. Get into the swarm, please. There you go. Okay. And so these they each effectively take 50 shots to kill, which is pretty significant. Okay, so that's all filled up for now. I'm gonna go ahead and get some more up here. This base is quite safe. Then we gotta set up this one. And this is why I'm going to set up cannons along the ledge as well. Because it's kind of the same situation. And I'm just like kind of putting the pylons in places where I can maximize my cannons. Okay, so Dragoons, we do need Dragoons. Now, one of the biggest issues I have with this map is that the enemy bases are just spammed with just so many hero units. Also, I'm going to I know this is callous of me to do, but I'm going to destroy this and replace it. It's going to depower a bunch of stuff. But I'm going to move it over so I can fit another cannon in there. So we do this. And then when it's done, we can fit one there, and then one there, and then one there, and then one there. Again, I'm not fucking around. Okay. So that's a lot of cannons. We're going to do more up here, and this should stop them from getting to us from this direction. So we kind of have a canyon of death that they have to walk through if they want to try to nuke me. And then when this is done, we'll get some extra... some more extra stuff. More mining capabilities. I'm just going to move some of these probes up here, because this is going to get mined out pretty quick. And we just have to spam out lots and lots of, again, High Templar, Dark Templar, just gateway stuff in general. And we're going to need a lot of observers. So I'm going to throw down a Robo Facility. I'm going to grab Khaydarin Amulet. Okay, probes making their way. Okay, so here are the Crusaders. They typically can destroy one cannon, maybe two, but with this amount, they actually don't even put a dent in them, and we don't have to replace any. So that's actually quite good. If you don't have to replace them, that's even better. All right, looking good. And then this is probably enough. Again, probably. Maybe a little overboard, but this is fine, and we can sit in our base with 3 mining bases. We can stockpile a bunch of money. I'll build like a bunch more gateways, and then we'll just get up to 200 real quick, and then we just have to push through. I'm going to do the right side of the map first, and you can kind of see through the fog of war. Their armories, Brown's armories are kind of up here to the upper right, and their factories, whereas all the other ones are mostly just barracks. But again, the amount of, just the sheer amount of, what am I thinking? I'm going to set up some more cannons here, just in case. The sheer amount of infantry on this map is wild, which is why I think I'm probably going to want to stick with lots of Dark Archons. And you can see now we're becoming more and more flush with cash. I'm going to go ahead and start putting some pylons back here, because we got to fit enough pylons in this base and then also put gateways everywhere we can. So the luxury that I do have is because I've played part of this map already, I know how to take the expansions relatively safe. Okay, and that's just gonna be the way it is, and I'm just gonna make like 1 or 2 extra cannons here. Even just 1 is fine. Excellent. You all get mining. Can oversaturate this gas just a tiny bit. Okay, so now Get more gateways back here. I need a robo support bay. I need an observatory. Zealots, zealots. We can start getting some Dark Templar as well. Not enough minerals. Well, that's what I get for making this many cannons. Okay, robo support bay and then an observatory. And I got lots of gas, so we're going to start going High Templar into Archons. The only issue with the Archons, and you will see this eventually, is that there are just lots of science vessels. I'm not really clear on if they tend to EMP or not. But that's, you know, that's the big problem. All right, it's over here. Can we even see him? Where is he? See, and he can see up the flippin' ramp. I think he got it off. He did. All right, back up. Everybody back up. Run him through the gauntlet. Indeed. I didn't quite see where those were landing. We're going to find out soon. All right, zealot, zealot. And then I need more. I really just need more gateways. Okay, and then we got the cannons up there to protect us, and as long as they don't have siege tanks, and that doesn't seem to be their main jam, then we're fine. I'm gonna get more pylons here and then make more gateways. Scarab damage. Okay, they're coming from down here. They're not sure where they want to go. We got to get up here and save this. I tried Psystorm also. Does not really help. Does not really make things any better. So see, the cannon spam sort of works, but not really. You just need to lay down damage on these things. Yeah, we have no way to immobilize them. I don't think. They don't have energy, so we can't feed back them. It's just a big mess. Okay, observatory upgrades as well. Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay, well. Observer, come on over here. Let's get on over here and try to save these things. Where's Rashagal? She's fine. Okay, level 3 shields, and now I'm stockpiling too much money. I'm going to rebuild these cannons real quick. I got to focus on not getting nuked up here. That would be real good. Real smart of me to not, you know, let's not get nuked. If they couldn't see up the ramp, then I probably wouldn't get nuked. So, it is an unfortunate fact of life. Sweet Jesus. Alright, kill this stuff. So I'm still going to make a lot of Dragoons, don't get me wrong, but I think I'm going to focus a bit more on the Zealot Archon side. Okay, throw these down. I made Dark Templar. Oh, they're up here. I'm going to... Let's get a Dark Archon going. I want at least one. Let's go in and get Maelstrom as well. The bottom left base seems to be like it's going to be one of the hardest spots to push into. You will see. Also, the first time I played this, they were not sending battlecruisers like this. So, I guess I'm not going to complain. I'm glad that they're doing that. You know, makes things a little harder. Okay. Servers, whatever. Reavers. Couple Reavers. And then I am going to get more gateways. And we just got to start slamming out these units. Maybe too many zealots here, because there's like 4 to 5, probably like 3 or 4 of the Spartan company in each base, which makes it such a pain in the ass.
We are under attack.
Such a big pain in the ass. Let's come on down here. We can feed back this thing. That might kill it. If it has full energy, I think that'll kill it. Okay, I don't mind if they're hitting that. There we go.
My life for ire must feed.
So again, it's just a bit of a bug found on this map with the fact that they can have vision up on the high ground. Is kind of the opposite of what I was hopeful of. I hate that sound. I hate it. You know, they'll come in handy. Even just having one is probably good enough. Okay, gateway there. And I'll probably make a few cannons on the low ground here just to make sure that this area stays relatively safe, because they could still try to nuke this as well. But anything that tries to come through this canyon is going to get blasted, so this area should be relatively safe. Okay, so this is still flush. This is still has some resources. I'm not fully saturated each of these bases. That's the reason why this isn't as because I get kind of nervous that I'm gonna run out of income, but I don't think that's really gonna happen here. Make a backup in case we get nuked again. Let's wait for the final resource counts here. Go ahead, lock me down. It's fine. I'm ready. Take me. And we have no way to undo that either. We'll just make more cannons. What do you know? He diverted. A probe cannot kill a ghost. Okay, so +3's done. Again, this is the kind of map where you can just sit in your base and you'll be fine. Let's see. I'm gonna get like so many extra observers because there's so many cloaked things on these maps. It's really the only way to go. But actual attacking is quite challenging, I will say. There we go. The savior cannon. Alright, you guys can stay here. That's fine. That's all done. I think I have every upgrade pretty much available to me right now. We just need to flood with cheap units because of the Spartan Company garbage. So I gotta start moving up a little bit, making some space, and I'm gonna bring the High Templar. You would think that Storm would work really well on those Spartan Company. It does not. It does not work any better than really anything else, unfortunately. Oh, okay. Hang on. Let's leave a High Templar up here. Okay, let's just divert, send some guys up here. You can see our cannons that, they kept us alive long enough that this was no problem. Kill this guy. Okay, you all can stay up there. Yeah, please stop doing that. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So we're gonna move up here. Keep making those zealots. High Templar. I just hear more things getting locked down, and it pains me. It's a deep soul hurting issue. All right, we're gonna leave you up here. And clearly, like, something up here can see me. This is why you make a lot of observers on this map, because, again, we're unfortunately at a point where things are just annoying, I think. Just real annoying. Okay, so you're going to stay here. Again, I'm going to rebuild a lot of this. I heard you. Sorry, I'm constructing additional cannons right now, buddy. Once this geyser is depleted, this base is kind of worthless, and I shouldn't need as many cannons. But as long as we just need like one High Templar, and it's fine, Okay, so now let us no longer be supply blocked. Part of the issue on this map also is that all the objectives are up ramps, and we are stuck with dragoons. It's a nightmare. Okay, we got this guy. We have a dragoon with us. Let's go and kind of poise ourselves to see what's up the ramp. And we kind of have to charge up there with zealots. Maybe get a good Dark Swarm off. That's a normal Goliath. We have to get a good Dark Swarm off with Rashagal, who I will bring with me on this attack. I could squirm in with the Reaver also, but that might be a little overkill. Part of it also is just sort of positioning ourselves so that we can then go and attack. That is just going to be non-stop, and I think what I'm going to do after we take the first objective is just set up cannons throughout this whole canyon, because they just drop all over the map. All right, so that is Spartan Company. I'm going to wait for that. Depends on which side they come from. I'm going to use Rashagal. do the swarm thing. We can overwhelm Spartan Company. It's just I would rather take them out before we attack the objective. Okay, of course they're on the left. Naturally. So you all come on down here. Move all these fellas up. Let's save. Again, I think I'm taking too long here. I'm like way, way, way ahead of where I need to be, which is a nice feeling, but perhaps a little, you know, it's a little too much. All right, here comes Rashagal. They're going to get hit by those high ground cannons. We just want to rush them with the zealots. Okay, get in there. Swarm right there. Why? Why is blue up there? We'll never know. Well, that Archon's dead. Okay, I think these things do a good job at using Yamato, so it's kind of pointless to feedback them. That did a little damage, I guess. Move up. We've got observers sort of around. Where did Rashagal go? All right, they're still down here. So now we make a run for this. We got to get up this ramp, which is the worst part. We have to move up the goddamn ramp. So you know how much this sucks. All right, all of you. Archons. Archons. In the version that I played earlier, poor Rashagal could get irradiated, and that was a nightmare. Okay, we'll follow up with these. Okay, so we're going to throw down a swarm like here. Okay, and then you're going to stay back, and then we're going to run in with zealots. Run in with dragoons. We just got to get up the ramp, which is the most fun part. And if we can avoid taking too much damage on all these zealots early on, then we're in good shape. Plague also would be really good, but it's heavy on, it's just a heavy cost. Okay, you all gotta move up with the observers. You all can stay back. Rashagal, be careful, let's keep an eye on you. We just gotta kill these stupid, specialist units. I'm gonna swarm right on top of these. That actually probably helps them, if anything, but we got enough guys in the swarm now that they should die. Archon splash damage might work pretty well against them. Kind of hard to tell. So we're mined out here. Get more Archons. We're gonna be mined out there pretty soon. That's the Crusader sound, I think. We don't have enough for another swarm, unfortunately. I'm just gonna go ahead and hit the beacon. Is that a normal? Okay, charges are installed. Okay, hit this. Alright, those are the Crusaders. So it's just like, here, this map is it's just sort of like a fuck you, like, oh, here, have these heroic units that attack you every so often. Alright, Rashagal's low HP. This is the situation that led to her getting hit with Irradiate last time, but that has been fixed in the version that I'm playing because I let UED know about it. We're going to move over here and go for the upper right. No comment on the Reaver. No comment. Okay, and I have a big bank. And they'll just keep sending stuff up here, and this stuff will continue to attack us. So it is tempting to make a big swath of cannons up there, but I can't really afford it. Okay, we're going to clump up down here. We're going to wait for all these, extra guys. Okay, keep morphing. It's morphin' time. And then Dragoons, they can only lock down so many of them. Brown really likes attacking up here, doesn't he? Okay. The next thing is making sure that we have enough observers. We have 2. I'm going to queue up more. Like, I'm just going to make a huge group of them because it really doesn't hurt. Let's feed back there. Okay, I'm gonna save. Because now I gotta take the upper right, and by doing that, they won't have any... By taking out the upper right, they won't have then any access to factory units, and it's really just gonna be... exclusively infantry. That's what I'm thinking.
Executor.
Okay, let's move on up here. We haven't gotten nuked for a while. Okay, so we got a lot of High Templar in here as well. This is doing fine. This is doing fine. This is doing fine. Again, so let's say I need to get Roshgal on the front so I can throw down a nice storm. I'm going to get some vision up here so we can see where we want to swarm, which is going to be right there, and then run in with Zealots. Okay, Roshgal coming up here. Here come the... yeah, these things. We just got to kill these like normal. Don't run in there yet. That's fine. Lure them in one at a time. Okay, actually, this is good. This is... we wanted them to come down the ramp. Feedback here. Okay, and then we're going to try to get up this ramp. Everyone move in. Make sure that you bring observers with us. I'm going to bring Roshgal as well. If we can get up this ramp. Up the... just all the way up the ramp, and then kill these individual garbage hero units. We did just get hit by a heroic unit, or a heroic wave, so we should be okay from that perspective. Okay, Zealot, I'm just going to run you in all the way up here instead. You all just need to attack. What I can also do is feedback these things. I'm hitting F. There you go. Okay, that helps. All right, you all move in. Wow, how is this guy not locked down at this point? I have no idea. Okay, there's another one. I'm just going to go to the beacon with Roshgal real quick, and then we're going to clean this up and we're going to leave. Okay, safety protocols are down. Priming the overload. I'm going to run back with Roshgal now.
Very well.
And now we need to use the money that we do have to build a large enough force to take the bottom left base. And I think I would... I'm not sure if I would rather do that before I take the middle expansion or not. But I'm gonna group up down here now. Archons, again, seem like a great choice. They're not EMPing me, so I'm going to make more of those.
Your warriors have engaged the enemy.
More ghosts attacking me. It's constant. Because they get dropped in this general area. Okay, so as far as I know, they can't retake this stuff. So I'm gonna just run all the way back down here. And put observers along the way, because there are just random ghosts that'll keep getting dropped on us. Again, I've played through this, so this is about as far as I got last time. It didn't take me as long, just because the attacks were a little bit smaller, and I know it's weird, but again, they were a bit smaller. You know what? Don't morph. Make sure to leave some of these High Templar with energy. And see, this is the problem with having them have to come up and down ramps. Okay, let's see where these guys drop. I think one of them drops here. Maybe we can save this guy. I don't know. Okay, they're coming from the left, so we've got this group over here to help us out. We're at full energy on Roshgal. We probably have enough stuff to take these things head-on, really. I'm going to save, again, because this attack is actually really, really challenging to deal with. Okay, maybe I'll grab a few more Reavers.
Our power is undeniable.
Okay, go get him. Go get him. Dark Templar, you could probably wall them in. Like, you could surround them with Dark Templar and they die. They're not that bad, but they can take out a specific number of your units before you can push through them. Yeah, coming just a little bit closer. I don't have a High Templar up here. I guess I should leave one up here. But you can see our income is nothing, because we're not mining from everywhere. We still have a bank, and we're ready to move into a base when the time is right. But if I have to replay the beginning just so I could save up a bit more of a bank, I'll do that. But I'd prefer not to. I don't think we'll necessarily have to. I just need to destroy the bottom left and take that as a base instead. Okay, I need to like set up observers in key locations here because of the constant spam. So, getting across this bridge, I think I'll just use Reavers. And then I have a Dark Archon somewhere. We're going to move up and just feed back any science vessels that we can see. And this is where things are going to become tricky. It's just kind of getting through here. Hey, buddy. I wanted you to come down here the whole time. Let's check. Do we have any vision on that? Was there a science? There was a science vessel, I thought. So, interestingly enough, I'm going to use the Reavers to do this. Not happy about it, as I've mentioned. Okay, this is fine. Again, Brown just sends these goofy patrols all over the place constantly. And their ability to reinforce is just nuts. So we're going to have to swarm on the other side of this and try to push through. And what I can do is, you know, use a Reaver, take out some of these bunkers. We need to open up the spot around to us. And honestly, you know, what we've got here is enough to defend against this stuff. So just, you know, Mr. Reaver, squirm your way. I think that was Spartan Company, unfortunately. These guys are are basically running to their death. Okay. It's fine if he, you know, if this thing dies, I don't really mind. I just need to kill. Well, get him, Scarab. Okay, so I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna swarm right here, and then I'm gonna run in with Zealots. I'm gonna save because this may be a disaster. Poof. Okay, run away, please, and then all these Archons, go, 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 go. Follow up with the Zealots and the Dark Templar, go, 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 go. I need you guys to just go into this swarm, please. That's it. My other units can deal with this other stuff. Okay, great. And then Rashagal, go get your shields back because you suck. Alright. If we lose, it's going to be because of Rashagal. I guarantee it. Okay, here comes a bunch of stuff. We need to get observers into this base. It looks like we're mostly in. Look at just the amount of these things. Go! Get off the ramp! Jesus Christ. Okay, so you can understand my frustration at this point because you have to push across this ramp, but your units are really dumb. There's all of those fucking Spartan Company units, and your units just get stuck. So it's like you need to have Rashagal there to throw down a second swarm, and then they'll die because you've got the Archons, but you have to just... Like, what a fucking nightmare to get across here this is. Okay, I would like to kind of get into position over here first. Because we have to do like a double swarm situation. And then the stupid Dragoons, you gotta stay back.
My faithful servant.
Okay, so we swarm here.
Trust in my judgment.
Poof. Zealots, Dark Templar. We're really just the Zealots, that's fine. Archons, go. I have some detection here. Just gotta get... Oh, they're blocking it. They're gods. They're actual gods. And without air units, I don't know a good way to really get across here. Like, it's just this is a real pain in the ass. I could do some storm action. Maybe move our High Templar into position as well. I just don't know a good way to do this. It's just a really stupid situation to get through. You can see they've got the Crusaders. If it weren't for these hero units, this would be no problem. But of course, just this garbage is added. Okay. The complaining begins. We swarm here.
Dwarves, my children.
Just walk in. Now fight. Okay, can we feedback that? And then dumbass Rashagal, move on in. We're gonna swarm pretty much right further in. There you go, and then you all just kind of sit in it.
Trust in my judgment.
You know what, you all just get in it. Everybody just go into the swarm. It's the only way. Especially you melee fellas. I can't afford to lose this. And it's all about killing these stupid hero units. If we can do that, we're in good shape. Unfortunately, Rashagal may die. Stop. Everybody just move across the bridge. How about that? Okay, storm here. Feedback. Storm. Move over a little bit. Okay, get across the bridge. I think we may have done it. Oh, shit. That's bad. That's bad. Don't I have more? I have to have more observers somewhere. There's one. Quick, 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 quick.
Trust in my judgment.
Okay, keep attacking. Got a nice base to take here. Feedback. Oh, look, more of these stupid things. Okay, get on up here. We're gonna storm. Rashagal, just kill this one firebat, dude. Okay, you all move on up here. Meanwhile, there's like a billion wraiths. I wasn't watching, so I couldn't, Of course. Man, that was going pretty well, too. Let me make a cut, because, like, I don't want to make you watch the same thing again. But obviously, pushing across that one bridge is one of the dumbest experiences I have ever had to experience in this godforsaken game. Not counting Terran and Protoss War, of course. Okay, I see blue gathering. I'm ready with some storms this time, and that should pretty much put the nail in the coffin. Just going to keep an eye on when they actually start to attack, and I'm going to leave this army here so that I can set this up. Please stop. Again, I'm pretty much just keeping an eye on blue. Now, I got to get this set up slowly. Unfortunately, we can do nothing but sit and wait, so I'm just going to transfer all my probes. Can leave a couple behind. You guys make a run for it. Okay, and then that's Spartans, right? Yes. Okay, here comes this. Okay, that's going to just melt the wraiths, which will then allow the wraiths, or allow the cannons to deal with the infantry. One more storm. I missed which direction they were coming from. It's here. I'm going to swarm. Actually, no, don't. Okay, we're just waiting desperately for this to finish. The next step is we set up a bunch of cannons here, and then we have to get up to this third one. Look out, Zealot. Any day now, Nexus. Any day now, Nexus. There's also another expansion we can take up there, which I will probably do. Here's another situation where I just sort of have to sit around and wait for income, so I may spare you. Again, you've kind of seen what the map has to offer at this point. We have enough income that it should be no problem to defend multiple things from multiple directions as long as I'm paying some attention. So I think I suppose I will, I'll make another cut because I'm just gonna, all I'm doing is waiting for money. These Ursidon are sadly in our way, so let's kill them. Make a cut while I get this base set up and then the other base also set up. And then I'll just get more Archons and then we'll kind of prep ourselves to attack up this ramp. Because again, all I'm gonna do is set up cannons here. Might set up like a bunch of cannons, just sort of like around here to stop them from reinforcing. And then rebuild the defenses here so that the Crusaders can't get through. Easy peasy. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back in a bit. Okay, we got this base set up. Pew pew, and then he just leaves. I got this base set up. At the very least, it should pay for itself, and I've got some cannons here, such that it can delay for forces to come back here and defend it if necessary. Actually, this is good that this guy came down the ramp because then we can kill him without having to run up the ramp. Okay, so I am going to now attempt to attack up this ramp. I wish that they sent more of the Crusaders instead. It's just these, it's the shitty, Oh, Wraith Fleet? No, we're good. We got the cannon set up. I built more observers, I think. Anyway, no, I don't want them attacking across this bridge. I kind of have to focus on this for now before I can just run up the ramp. This should be okay because they can only attack one at a time across the bridge. Okay, so we want a little bit of vision up here. I'm gonna swarm like here. And then flee. And then we run into the swarm with the zealots. And then we target. There you go. Okay, and then we move in to get some vision. Hold position there. Now everybody move on in. As long as we can kill these pieces of garbage. And then the Dragoons honestly cause us more problems than they're worth because they get stuck on the ramps and it's extremely bothersome. Okay, that's fine that they're doing this. They are killing my probes as we tried to set this up. I don't think there's really any good way. Okay, so Roshgal run on the beacon. Roshgal almost looking like she did in the reactor is primed for overload. Looking like she did in the Primal Zerg campaign where she had the goofy wireframe. Okay, let's just clear all this out. Brown trying to react by coming up through this way. Cancel that. Let him run into the other cannons. That probe is stuck forever, unfortunately. As long as we're getting some resources from it. Alright, next step, we have to move across this bridge. So we're just going to auto-attack and get ready to attack over here. Okay, and then I'm going to make... I don't know where this thing has been rallying, so we'll send it over here. Just make more observers, and then queue up a couple Reavers, because why not? Actually, no. I'll tell you why not. Because Reavers are the worst scourge of the planet, and I build them only when necessary, and this is not a necessity at this point, that's for sure. Alright, Dragoon, get off the bridge. Dragoons on bridges, the scourge of this campaign so far, this mission at least. Okay, lots of Archons. I mentioned Archons were going to be the thing.
Executor.
Stuff could come and attack us from over here. Is this unbuildable? No, it's buildable. Take that! And that! And that! Okay, let's get you over here as well. Zealots, Dark Templar, more flippin'... whatever they're called. My concern is if they come from this direction, and they did. Where are they gonna go? They're gonna go through my death corridor here, which is good. Because then they at least have a miss chance. We throw down some storms on them as well. Okay, so that could be worse. You coming up here for the next big blue attack. See, they drop in, which is strange. Again, I'm trying to keep this saturated. We've got a lot of resources in our base, which is good. I'll make more Dragoons, even though they've been not that useful for a while. I mean, they're useful, don't get me wrong, but they're a pain in the ass to control. This must be where they're dropping up here. I like how the dropships don't go away. Not only that, but I now have rescued the dropships and can use them, so that seems like a mistake. I'll let UED know after this. I never noticed this on my first playthrough. So there's only 2 areas left. It seems like a well-placed Dark Swarm before running up these ramps is the only way to handle them. I just realized perhaps the only way to get to this one is up, all the way up and around. Shit, what have I done? Well, that's too bad for me. Okay, just bring everybody. You know what? I think we probably have enough for this one, so rather than moving everyone up here, we'll, we'll play it a little bit better. So hold up here. Maybe do this and then go in with some Dark Templar. AKA not Rashagal, because she's not cloaked. Let's see if this works. Even 1 Dark Templar at +3 can do a lot of damage. And this will allow my Dragoons to run up the flippin' ramp by destroying these individually. So, not gonna say no. Uh-oh. Okay, so Rashagal kind of stay... Well, no, don't stay back. Don't we want her to... Hang on. Gotta do this very delicately. Again, I have enough resources now I could rebuild stuff, but I don't want to have to do this again and again and again and again and again. So just run up there with the Archons. How about that? And then we move up with one of these. Hold position. Okay, and then we're gonna swarm at the top of the ramp. Or we're gonna be stuck. I'm gonna swarm right here so that our Archons can kind of do their thing. Alright, Crusaders coming in. We've got more than enough. Feedback. Pew pew! Okay, we got him. Now, the rest of you, move on up. Move on up. Move on in. Then we'll go with the Dragoons, because otherwise they just kind of act like dummies. Okay, and then we just got to get some vision constantly. The Archons are good enough to deal with the Crusaders. Damn, I think I am going to have to go all the way back and up and around. I did this kind of in the wrong order. Okay, just destroy all of Brown's production. If they can't do anything, then this is easy peasy. No, it is connected. There is a ramp up here. Thank God. Okay, well, in that case, all of you rally on up. I mean, I don't really know what I could have done here. I spammed a lot of cannons, pretty much as many as I could, so some of you finish this up. Rashagal, be safe. Yeah, if you guys want to go that way, I'm not going to complain. That's fine. More Spartan company. Maybe can you come back this way? Cool. And then with what probes we have left, it does not hurt to mine. Pretty sure we can do this with the bank that we have left. There's only one thing left. God, I hate these things. They're everywhere. It's not really quite the same when at least could... We got a few of them on certain maps, but there was only one map where they were like a particular advantage. Otherwise, not really.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Okay, more stuff queued up. This poor guy here. Let me save you from your life of misery. There you go. Do I have any other units that are just kind of hanging out? You know what? I'll fly in with the dropships to provide a distraction. How about that? We just got to get Rashagal to the beacon, keep in mind, and I'm pretty sure we should be fine with this group. Let's just scope it out real quick. Any turrets right along the edge? No, but there's just this group. You know the drill. Boom. Wow. Didn't kill him. Kill that thing. More Spartan company. Honestly, I don't care at this point. We just gotta eke the win out here. So we're gonna swarm like here.
To arms, my children.
Poof.
Very well.
And then you all move on in. And then feedback, and then feedback. That is pretty effective. Nice job running through the swarm instead. Why did they go that way? We'll never know. I don't think I have any... No, swarm there. Let's say, I don't think I have any... Do I have any other observers? Yeah, there's one right there. Good, good, good. Okay, just stay back, buddy. Get in there. We just gotta get to that fatty beacon. I see it. I can see it. Feedback. You can see the issue of getting irradiated on Rashgal on this map, though. There's a lot of science vessels. All right, just run for it, buddy. Yay! This reactor is primed for overload. Cool. All reactors are prepared for meltdown, my lord. We can begin whenever you wish. Look at that Archon just sitting on the ramp. I auto-attacked him up there, but he just decided to stop. Finally, Executor, order the fleet to move in. Locate and secure the Admiral once the city goes dark. Rashagal, do it. Grid will overload in 6.
Warriors have engaged the enemy.
Trust in my judgment.
Pew, pew, pew! It's still always funny to me how just the whole city just explodes. Just the whole base blows up. Alright. That one was a mission. Please, God, double the width of that bridge into the brown base is the only thing I can ask for. It's awful. It's just terrible. I don't really know what other tool I could have used. I think I used everything possible there. It's just the enemy gets those Spartan companies. I think the number of Spartan companies on the map, it's fine. The attacks that they send to the Spartan company is fine, but the pre-placed number probably should be reduced, in my opinion. Or maybe remove them from the bottom left base, but keep them around the generator things. I don't know, but there's something about this map that I have fun with it to a point, but like just pushing up and down these ramps and pushing across bridges becomes very tiring and tedious, and you're fighting the game, the oldness of the game, the pathfinding, more than any sort of challenge that's programmed into the map. All right, thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye now.